Welcome to the Bird Tales, episode 28. I am about as far south in Minnesota as a person can get. Iowa is only 5 or 10 miles to the south of me. I'm on a wildlife management area, and Remnar and I are about to walk this road edge. There's some cattails on one side and soybeans and a cornfield on the other side. But first, I have to tell you about my previous week of hunting. So last week was Thanksgiving, and I had Thursday, Friday off of work. I wasn't able to get out on actual Thanksgiving Day. I was busy with family, but I got out on Friday. I went to a wildlife management area, and it was less than good. The hunting was good. We flushed one hen that Remnar had a great point on, and I managed to miss on 2 roosters that were very easy. And on a third rooster that was a difficult shot, but a shot that I've made before. I was feeling pretty bummed. I was definitely getting in my own head.
It's official. I have the YIPS.
The next day I went out with Remnar again, this time to a waterfowl production area, and I redeemed myself. Remnar had just went around into these cattails, and my hands were cold, so I was putting a glove on, and I heard my collar beep, and I had just saw Remnar dip into those cattails. The rooster flushed, I made a good shot, and that was that.
Well, hopefully this means that the slump is over. It wasn't too long of a slump, but I just made a really good shot. I mean, it was an easy shot, but that was great.
We managed to find a few more, including one that let me get around it. Then it sprinted down the hill, ran right into Remnar, flushed over his head, and I couldn't get a shot through all the brush.
There's a rooster right here. He was smart.
So then I got out the next day, which was Sunday, and I went to a piece of state forest that I've been trying to get out to ever since freeze up. But there's been deer hunters and probably grouse hunters out there every single time I've went by. And somehow I lucked out on Sunday and there was nobody there. But the hunting was strange. So earlier this year, I flushed and shot a ruffed grouse in a wide open CRP field. Well, the opposite of that happened on Sunday.
That was a rooster! Look at that. Look at that. Alright, so I got him, so he's mine now. You can just leave him. You went right past him. But you did point him, and that was very nice of you.
This is a hybrid rooster. He's a half ruffed grouse, half rooster. I'm kidding, he's 100% rooster. And that is the weirdest spot I think I've ever seen a rooster flush from. I mean, look behind me. This is what we're hunting in right now. And I've definitely, like 5 years ago, shot a ruffed grouse maybe 100 yards that way. But I mean, it's not like it's super dense forest. There's a ginormous cattail slough that way and a ginormous cattail slough that way. Cornfield a couple 100 yards that way. I've seen roosters on the road. It's not like he's way out of place, but he was in the woods. He was right there, down in that brush. I would have bet you my house that was a ruffed grouse that was gonna flush right there.
We hunted a bunch more. We found a bunch of rough grouse, and as is typical with rough grouse, you see more than you actually get to shoot. You shoot at some. It's just really hard to hit rough grouse in the forest.
No wonder we couldn't find it. Sitting right up there. I walked right past it. There's a rough right there. I didn't even get to see it. It went that way. Didn't even see it. Just heard it go. Walk. I think it's gone. I was wrong. There was another one. Took a long shot. Come on, Rem.
But at the end of the day, I did manage. I had one rough. Remnar had already gone past me, and the wind was blowing. He was upwind of where the bird was, and he looked as though he was onto something, but he clearly couldn't smell the full scent of the bird because the wind was the wrong way. And as I got to there, it flushed across, and I just flung the gun up to my shoulder and shot, just pure instinctively, and managed to somehow hit this rough grouse.
Oh, buddy. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. Oh, baby.
Well, look at this guy. That was, I'll call it dumb luck, but perseverance was definitely involved. I don't even know how I hit it or what happened, but I just nicked it. Just enough to bring it down. And it is a really nice rough. Real nice rough.
Then yesterday, I drove down to southwestern Minnesota and met up with my friend Tanner. Him and I went to a wildlife management area, walked all over, had a few good points on hens, and then just a superb point rooster between me and Remnar.
Oh, man. It got me, my heart pumping too much. And then I had to wait because he was so low. Son of a gun. Bring him, Rem.
Really nice bird.
Alright, let him go. He's mine now. Let go. He's stuck in his bed. Look at that, eh?
Beautiful bird.
When that rooster flushed and went up the hill, I had to wait. He was too close to the dog. It wasn't a safe shot, so I let him get up, and then I was trying to reposition my feet while going up a hill. All these excuses, but anytime that you have an opportunity to think about the shot, to think about like, okay, wait, now I'm going to shoot it. Whenever that happens, it's never a recipe for success. At least for me, it usually turns out for me that's when I miss. So I missed this rooster twice, and then amazingly, luckily, not necessarily skillfully, luckily, I hit that rooster on the third shot. But that was my week. And so now I'm gonna zip down this wetland edge and zip back, and then I'm gonna head home. All right, I'm back. That was a little uneventful. We did get up one rooster down there in the cattails. I flushed him. Remnar was doing something else, and I made a good shot. So we got a bird, so I'm happy. We had a couple good points on hens, and even the hens got up a long ways out of range, but Remnar worked well, so. And that is the end of this episode. So I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for next week, and I'll see you later.